Alright, welcome back everybody. Alright, we'll get started now. So this is Automobili Lamborghini. And we'll jump in to play through the arcade for now, and then we'll try championships after that. I like how it's just select your car. It's just different colors. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Alright, let me get the sound up for myself a tiny bit more. Hopefully that's loud enough for you guys. Okay. Whoa. Okay, it's the turning is actually very sensitive. So I'm guessing since it's an arcade mode, you have to get through checkpoints and make sure you don't run out of time. But yeah, there were a lot of racing games on the 64, and I've got a few of them. So we'll work through some of those. I mean, racing games are go figure, because of how much I play Forza, is one of my favorite genres. And more of the arcade side of things, more than necessarily the simulator. Whoa. But I think one thing that's nice about this is we're not we're not playing a game that's like Mario Kart where you're having items and it's just, you know, you're driving for your driving skill rather than, you know, trying to do other things. So it is kind of nice. I was contemplating this game in Cruisin' USA, but I thought, you know, I played Cruisin' USA. That was actually, I think, the second game, or no, like the third or fourth game I got. Oh shoot, get back here. Third or fourth game that I got as a kid for my 64. I get back here. So I played that a fair amount. Hey Hermione, welcome in. Good to see ya. How are you doing tonight? Good to see ya. Ooh, second. All right. Well, we were close at least. All right. It's kind of dark. Yeah, I played one or two races of this a while back. I don't really remember much of it at all, so this will be nice. It's kind of like a blind playthrough. Or first playthrough, honestly. So that'll be nice. How are you doing, Hermione? How's your day? How's your week? I know we just saw you last night, but how's it going? Whoa. That's right, you can kind of drift a little bit in this game. Oh, they all got caught. You see that they all got caught behind each other. That's funny. Got a few sharp corners, but not too bad. But yeah, I've been wanting to continue playing through some more retro games and stuff. That's one of the big things that I wanted to play on this channel, is going through a lot of my backlog of retro games and things, so it's fun to get back into this. And I've been catching a lot more of Scott Linux's retro streams. He plays retro games in the mornings, and it's been fun to kind of check out games on his stream that I've never played before. Oh my gosh, man, these guys are brutal. You see that? He hit me. He doesn't slow down. He certainly slowed me down. Let's see if we can get ahead of any of these guys here. Luckily, it doesn't look like when we go off-road it slows us down at all. Oh, they're both right here. Okay. Oh, we're right here. We're right here. We just gotta get in front of him and maybe slow him down a little bit. Oh, we can look behind us. Nice. Funny, back then, that kind of feature was kind of new. Being able to look behind yourself, or different camera angles for racing games and the such. Okay, last lap. About halfway through. Oh, we got some good distance behind us. That mini-map is really hard to see, but I think we're oh wow, we're running out of time. Woo! How are we running out of time? We're in first place. Did we miss a checkpoint? Oh, where did you come from? What? How do they keep going? Ah, that's frustrating. So if you get in front of them, they can push you across. That's it. You can just go back to the main menu. Wow. One more day of work. For your work week, you're a para assistant teacher. Oh, nice. Then a 4-day weekend. That sounds great. Sounds great for Easter. I wish I know some people get Friday off. There's a company that we have as we use services for, and they had an announcement that they're going to be out on Friday. It's like, man, I kind of wish I had Friday off too. I'd rather have that than some of the other ones out there. Let's try it one more time. There's 3 races on here. Let's do another one. We're supposed to be in school Monday because we had 2 ice days, but district said, no, you're fine. Oh, that's nice. Nice alternative there. Could use better acceleration. That's really one of the biggest things that's really holding us back here. You know, I thought we were actually doing a pretty good job. We didn't get like turned around and stopped much in the last race. We cut corners a bit. We still hit, I think, all the checkpoints, but man, we were in first, second place, and you run out of time. That's one thing I don't understand. The computer, I guess, doesn't, they're not affected by the time, your time limit. Your weather makeup days. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I remember that in high school. And then when you were a senior in high school, you're lucky enough that you didn't have to make up any days. I think my senior year we actually had snow So we actually had some days to make up. And I had a friend who is 1 year behind me. And you already kind of finish a week before everyone else as a senior. Which was really, really weird. Because when all the seniors are gone, there's a good chunk of people not at school anymore. But you're still there for the last week as an underclassman. But, yeah, we got off a week early. And everyone else, I think, still had, you know, that week plus a few days that they missed from snow. Okay, so now that I know that I can go drive on the grass, I think we'll be good. I don't know how that, man, it must just be rubber banding. I don't know how that one guy caught up to us so quickly in that last race. Because we were quite a bit ahead and then just randomly came out of nowhere. Let's see. They were weather makeup days. Wait, they count days differently for seniors? I don't recall that. Yeah, for at least the school that I went to, just because I think it was because they didn't want to affect graduation day and push people back from that. They wanted to make sure that, you know, people finished their classes. I mean, I guess they'd have to kind of compress a few things that way, but yeah. We had a senior day, but that's it. Ah, interesting. Hey, Bronson. Go! Alright, all these guys. Luckily, you don't, like, bounce off them and you don't lose too much speed when you run into these guys, but there is a little bit. So if you can avoid running into them, I feel like that's preferred. Oh, there we go. We just need to make a wide turn. That was great. Somehow they always get stuck right there. Or not always. That's the second time. They commonly get stuck on that wall. It's pretty weird. Oh, don't hit the wall. But yeah, this is pretty fun so far. It's a fairly simple racing game. And so far what they've done, it's not the most, I don't know, there's not a whole lot of design, or it's not very pretty. But I mean, it's a 64 game. And I do like the changes in like terrain and elevation and like hills and stuff. It's not just flat the whole time. You're kind of going from area to area a little bit, so there's a little bit of change throughout the race. So, oh gosh, keep going. But yeah, we'll see. Can we? Okay, there we go. He pushed us. Can we stay ahead and not run out of time? I'm not really slowing down much. Oh man, see that? Oh, he just got way over for some reason. I don't know, did he hit a wall or something? He's back there a little ways now. But yeah, otherwise, how's your guys' week so far? Feels like it's gone by kind of quick. Hey, Kathy. Welcome in. How are you guys doing? Or how are you doing tonight? Saw that you and Bronson were having a chat earlier. And then, yeah, tomorrow is the Nintendo Direct for Mario Kart World. So they'll finally announce all the other details to the game. Yeah, we must have like somehow missed a checkpoint because we're like, we've got plenty of time now. I don't know what happened. We were like behind by like 15 seconds at least. That's really weird. And we were in second place though, most of the time. Playing shooty game. Oh, on the Discord. That's fun. It's gone by super quick. Yeah, but it's been good. Mine has been pretty good too. Today was a little bit quieter. We were supposed to have some sort of company meeting thing over Zoom today, and I don't know. They must have had some sort of thing go on with the Zoom call because whoever was presenting never showed up, and I never heard anything about it. So that was kind of weird, but otherwise pretty good. Just getting stuff lined up. We got a couple people in the office, so I'll be going in tomorrow. But that was a sharp corner. But so I'm just kind of lining up things to do tomorrow. So should be good. Should be able to knock out a few different reports and this and that. It's good to see all of you guys. Wow, we got a lot of you guys in tonight. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, he ran into the wall. Yeah, this one is a little bit trickier. A lot more turning. Hopefully we can catch up to some of those other guys. I don't see anything about like points finishing the race. It's just the place you get. So hopefully hopefully as long as we don't run out of time, we'll progress to the next race. Oh no! Is that a Porsche? That almost looks like a Porsche. I thought this was a Lamborghini game. Maybe they have more than just Lamborghinis in the game. Who knows? But yeah, looking forward to also Easter this weekend. Always a good time. That and we got a lot going on this weekend. So we got our Good Friday service. They have a Saturday evening kind of worship service. I don't know how much I'll be streaming at the end of this week. I don't know. We'll see. I also have, I have a small group tomorrow. Tomorrow evening like usual on Thursdays, so I don't know. I might, depending on how soon I get back after that, I might stream a little bit. We'll see. Maybe we'll just do something fun like Fall Guys or Rocket League or something like that. Something very casual. Friday with Good Friday service, I don't know. I think the service is like 6 o'clock. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'll stream after that or not. We'll see. But, oh, there we go. And then Saturday, if we're going to that other worship service, we'll see as well. I don't know. Should be able to at least do it on Sunday, I would imagine. He's a ways back there. Winner! That was close. 4 seconds left. Okay. So is that it? Oh, it is. Oh, wow, look at that. Cool. All right, well, that's arcade mode is pretty fun. Ain't doing nothing this weekend. Sounds like you'll be just chilling. Let's see. So you'll be done with your tests and everything that you're doing. Or you still be studying? Sounds like fun. Working on editing stuff. Yeah, you've been doing quite a few live streams and videos and stuff this week, so I'm sure you got quite a bit to kind of work on. This is weird. You do championship, but you set all the settings, huh? There, we'll do one of each race there. Okay.
Get ready. Go.
So I'm not sure if you unlock new races, new vehicles, whatever in this game, or if you just literally have the one Lamborghini in multiple colors and that's it. I haven't really read up on the game of what's unlockable, what's all as an option in the game. Oh, all right, don't turn when you're about to go off a jump. What? It just told me to go into this in the pit. What? Or is it just saying it is there? When do you need to go in the pit? Do your tires run low? Do you need more gas? Didn't really explain that. And now we lost all that momentum and that progress. Wonder how well this game worked on a racing wheel. I think that there was a racing wheel for the 64. I think it's just saying it is there. You don't have to take it. You know what? Let's retry. It's because we got so far behind. But yeah, Mario Kart, the final direct is tomorrow. They say it's only like 15 minutes, so it's pretty short. Miles per hour. It's saying we're going almost 200 miles per hour. I don't know. Maybe meters per hour. I don't think we're going that fast. That's seems a little high. I don't know, what do you guys think? Are we really going like nearly 200 miles an hour right now? With how fast we're going past trees and things like that, I don't think so. But yeah, the next Mario Kart's coming out. They've got to have some sort of big announcement thing. They've got to have some sort of large, like, game feature thing to announce. Otherwise, why are they having a separate Nintendo Direct for it? And you know, I've seen a couple videos and just heard people talking and stuff, and they're thinking there's got to be something, I don't know, somewhat big that they're kind of withholding until tomorrow. So that will be interesting to see what that is. I don't know. Like I was talking the other day, I'm hoping that I know that the normal like championship Grand Prix, you start in one race, you have 3 laps. The next race is literally going to the next race and then 1 lap at that next race. I'm hoping that they have, you know, they'll have that mode that'll be fun of going from point A to race A to race B. But even with that, I kind of wish they would do something like have it that going between races is is like some add-on or extra part on top of doing 3 laps at that race or something like that. I feel like it's giving a disservice to all like races 2, 3, and 4 on a circuit, on a Grand Prix, if you're not letting the player race 3 laps on it. It's kind of strange you only get 1. And even the way that some of those races look, it looks like more of them, or a good number of them, are those kind of just, I know they say laps, but it's almost like, you know, Mount Wario or DK Summit or whatever, whichever one it was, I forget, that's just 3 phases of going from point A to point B. It's not 3 laps, quote unquote. So I don't mind some of those races, but it makes more races out to be like that, which I don't mind if there's a variety of them, but I don't know, I feel like that somewhat takes away from the typical Mario Kart feel and experience. I don't know what they could say in 15 minutes. Yeah, I mean, 15 minutes really isn't that long, too. I don't know. I mean, yeah. What can you say that's very deep in 15 minutes?
Get ready. Go!
Oh, come on. Keep running into walls. So it's kind of realistic with the turning a little bit. The slower you're going, the sharper you can turn. So you can kind of see those sharp corners I was kind of taking. And then when you're going up to speed like that, my joystick is all the way to one side. You can't turn as sharp. Oops. Need to run in the back of him. So it's kind of interesting that the slower you go, the sharper you can turn and everything. I mean, I know that's realistic, but older games I feel like didn't necessarily have that kind of setting or that experience. So if they have pit stops, what's the point of even going into the pit stop if you don't need to? Or just a fun aesthetic thing. It's not really like, I know in like Forza Motorsport you do, because you have tire wear, you are running out of fuel, that kind of thing. So you need to get new tires for grip strength and stuff to grip the road. But there's nothing on here saying anything about... There we go. There's nothing in this game talking... Oh, he just went into the pit. Maybe you just passed through really quick. Do you know? Well, it looks like he stopped. I don't know, there's no warning in this saying anything about tire wear, fuel level. You have the lap time, your rank, the map, your speedometer / odometer, and saying what gear you're in. I don't see anything else saying anything about car condition. Maybe if you run into a lot of walls, they'll have something for that. I don't know. And it's not like telling me, you gotta go, you gotta stop in the pit. I don't see anything about that. Yeah, but this is this is a pretty fun game. This would be interesting on 4-player with friends. Tires are worn. Okay, so there we go. We now saw a warning, so that makes sense. All right, we'll stop in the pit. Does it? Maybe it makes you go slower. Come on. Oh gosh, I didn't. You have to do a little mini game. Oh gosh. Holy cow. Now I'm in last place. I didn't know there's a mini game to do the pit stop. Great. Oh my gosh. How far are we behind? We're pretty far behind, aren't we? Okay, well that's good to know. It's like, why is it just sitting there? Why is it making repeated noises? That's frustrating. I mean, I guess that's kind of cool that it's a little bit more interactive rather than just drive in and let them do it. I don't know. Let's see if we can at least get ahead of one or two more cars here. Maybe someone else will have to go in the pit and we'll catch up a little bit. Looks like there is one person in there. Okay, we passed. Oh, we passed two. Okay, we're in good shape. We're doing okay. If we actually nailed that pit stop, that would have been. We would have been doing a really good. Look, they're both right here. Here's one. And here's the second one. Okay. Oh, don't hit the wall. So, but yeah, so Monday, for those of you that were here, we finished Pokemon Red. And, so now we'll be starting something new here. I'm hoping that maybe we'll be able to start Super Mario Wonder with Mrs. Pickles at some point here. She didn't really feel up to it tonight. Actually, you know what? Give me just a moment. I'm going to go... My voice is feeling a little dry. I'm going to go grab some potato chips really quick and see if that helps my throat a little bit. I'll be right back. Give me just a moment. Kathy, what are you talking about? Bronson doesn't use lotion, he dry. I'm not even gonna pretend I even I know what you're referencing to there. I'm spitting facts. Is this part of a conversation you had with him? It's kind of random. Alright, we're still looking good. Up by 8 points. Fake news. He also doesn't use shampoo. How did you even get onto this topic? I feel like that's so random. Come on.
Watch your tail. He's right behind us.
Okay, so the pit is like on the other side of that red and white striped barrier. I like at least that the computer isn't just like really taking off and you can't get to them. Maybe we're on a very easy difficulty setting. I don't know, but it's always annoying when the computer can just like take off and just they're uncatchable. You do use shampoo. I use it once a week. I have short hair. There's no need to strip my hair with shampoo every day. And yeah, who shampoos every day? When I had more hair, I shampooed every day. Now there is no need. Even when I have long hair, I don't shampoo every day. I mean, you don't even necessarily need a shower necessarily every day, unless you're, you know, maybe with the job that you have, Bronson. It's, you know, if you have a job that you get a little dirtier, or just, you know, need to clean up more afterwards. That makes sense. I mean, I can understand for girls if they need to use, like, dry shampoo and stuff like that. My wife uses that kind of stuff once in a while if she's, like, in a hurry and doesn't want to take a full shower and wash her hair, because that, you know, for girls, if they, especially if they have long hair, that takes a long time. Much faster. Look at that. Oh, everyone stopped. That's great. Look at that. It only took like, what, 6, 7 seconds? That was a lot faster than the last time. Yeah, well, they're catching up on us.
He's right behind us.
But honestly, I mean, if you take a, I don't know, if you don't need to, if you take a shower every day, it's kind of a waste of water too. And in a day and age when utilities are expensive and you have a hot water heater and all that stuff, it's like, man, it's can be a lot of utility usage there if you're taking a shower, especially long showers every day. You shampoo every day, shower every day. I shower every day too, Kathy. Girls have much longer hair. Yeah. I would say I'm curious how this conversation came up between you two anyways, but kind of would rather not know. I'll catch up on what you guys are saying after this last lap here. Wow, look at that on the mini map. Look at the person, that little blue dot in front of me, going around that big bend there in the middle. They're on their 5th lap, so they're way behind. They're really slow. That's crazy. I didn't even really notice it either. Look, the whole mini-map rotates with you. So that's actually pretty cool. How many racing games is just a static mini-map? Alright. Mr. Pickles at it again. It's kind of brought upon me, which is rare. I know, normally I start the randomness. Nah, Kathy? Randomness conversations? That's unheard of. Came up because Connor is a slanderer. You throwing your wife under the bus? Just so I'm clear, Bronson doesn't look greasy. And he always smells good. I know that's the thing. If you still smell good, your hair isn't greasy, and you're not like sweaty, it's like, why do you need to take a shower every day?
Get ready. Go.
I mean, I guess if you're going to be around a lot of people, you want to make sure you smell good and present yourself well, but I don't know. It almost looks like a shortcut. Or no, it's just an alternate way. Okay. This was kind of fun. If anything, I just wish the field of view was just a little bit bigger. I don't think any of the other buttons do anything. You can only look behind you. Oh, I saw that little shortcut. Something or other. So there's a few alternative shortcut whatever paths. Oh, I do not need to go in the pit. That was close. Those guys went to the pit after one lap?
He's right behind us.
Alright, that was nice for the wide corner.
Watch your tail.
Let's go in here. That's not too bad. Oh, jeez, look at that. He just plowed right into that wall. That was pretty funny. Oh my gosh, I'm like missing out on everyone here. Now I feel called out. Is the Tism. Just so I'm clear, Bronson doesn't. That's right. He said that he smells crusty, dusty. What are you talking about, Kathy? You're all the way in Chile. How can you smell him? This explains why I rarely have to buy him shampoo. He showers at least once. And if you have short hair, you barely, as someone who sometimes has short hair, like you really barely need any shampoo at all. Especially if you're showering every day and your hair is still pretty clean, you don't really need very much shampoo. You used to shower twice a day. Why twice? That's a lot. Mr. Pickles, I promise it's not important. Oh my gosh. Off today? Yeah. Off to bed. All right, Kathy, good to see you. Have a good night, get some good rest, and we will see you. Maybe tomorrow? Maybe not. Who knows? Whenever I go next. Go live. So you didn't say hi to me, but that's okay. I said hi to you back when we were in Owl Stream. But hi, Connor. Thank you for being here. And actually, I'll give a shout out to Kathy, even though she doesn't really stream anymore. Just joking. For those of you who haven't followed Kathy, go check her out whenever she decides to actually stream again. She's kind of on another retirement program, so who knows when that will be. Oh, it's dirt. You like slip and slide around, I see. Interesting.
He's right behind us.
Okay, that's a terrible way to go. That's interesting. We're out. Wow, the grip was totally gone. And wore out our tires really fast.
Go!
Woo! 5.5 seconds. Nice. Alright, if we don't go in that dirt again, I don't think it'll wear our tires down as much. So I think we'll be good. But I did kind of like this. That wasn't... Well, that slowed us down quite a bit, so maybe we should avoid that too. I know we just passed a couple people, but still. I mean, it's like talking to the void until you build up an audience. Yeah, it kind of is. It's fun. Kathy is a big audience, though. Oh no, she has a big audience. That's right. All of her Chilean Fortnite friends and Rocket League people. Kathy's final message is being blocked for the hostility. Yeah, it's worth it just going around the corner. It's not worth going in that dirt. Okay, one of them went in there, so we'll pass them. Oh no, two of them went in there. Perfect. All right, now we're in front. Not by much, but that's good. Good that they actually go in for the pit stop as well. Whoop! It would be kind of nice if they had some sort of meter. Oh gosh. For your tire wear.
He's right behind us.
There we go. That'll teach you to try to get in front of me.
He's right behind us.
Yeah, he's just ramming into me. Gosh. Don't you have something better to do, green car? Oh, we should have been in the green car. That's our color. I'll have to change that whenever we play next. Whenever we get to choose again.
He's right behind us.
He's right behind us going into the pit, yeah. Alright, 2 more laps. We might need a pit stop after this lap. I'm not sure. We will see. We've only had one. Come on.
He's right behind us.
Oh gosh, why did it do that? I wasn't braking. Get out of here. Ah, you slowed me down. You got... Get out of here. This is sitting right in front of me, just driving slow. Driving me crazy. Okay, it hasn't said anything about needing new tires yet. We're almost at the end of this lap, so we should be good. What was that? Get out of here! Get out of here! Come on! Oh my gosh! That just killed us. What an idiot. Man, they're like, he like really stuck us in there too. We couldn't move. Like we're glued to his car. Come on. Ah, we're way behind. Ah, that's terrible. What a jerk. At least we're pretty far ahead in our points because we've gotten first place on the other 3 races, so maybe we'll catch up to 1 or 2 of them, but I'm not counting on it. We're almost halfway through the lap already. I don't know why Kathy's last message you say got caught by a mod. I don't see anything like that. Let's see, is anyone gonna get spun out over here? Oh, we were close. Right there. Ah! Well, there you go. That's the race. Loser! 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 Maybe it's just your settings. Luckily you stream with Bronson, or I'd be so awkward on stream. No one was chatting. I know, I'm sure it's a lot easier when you have someone with you like that.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I was waiting to hear that. It's about time. Alright. Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah. And last but not least, give a shout out to Sully Switch. When he said, "Loser, loser!" Yeah. You're such a loser! You're a big baby! Still in front by 7 points, so that's good.
Get ready.
I need to be better at remembering to give those shout outs. I would assume that most of you guys know each other that are here. It'd only be, I guess, more for lurkers that are here that I'm not sure who's here, so who they know. Push-ups? Alright. Alright, let's go ahead and do push-ups. I was thinking, oh, I'll wait till the end of the race. No, let's do it now. Okay. You gotta do them with me, though. Way down. Get down. Okay. Whew. All right. Get them gains. I remember getting told by a new student when I was in high school that I helped make other people feel less awkward. Well, that's a nice compliment. That sounds like a really nice thing to hear from someone. You're better than us. I hardly ever shout out other than through speech. Yeah, I know. Some other streamers that I like, Book of Gaming, he loves to shout people out a lot, and other people do it at different points. It's like, man, I need to remember to do that when you guys are here. So I have to remind them to do shout outs. Yeah. Alright, I think I'm caught up with chat. Sometimes the chat window here on my stream manager is a little slow. Or it's just like, it doesn't scroll very well, so it's kind of awkward. Oh my gosh, buddy, get out of my way. He's like just in front enough that he can like knock into you every time you're trying to turn. And he turns just a little less than you should. Or than you need to, or whatever. Alright, this is kind of fun. You're like racing on real streets. Alright, pit stop on the left, right where the boat is. Oh gosh. Yeah, he's right behind me because I ran into a wall. Yeah, we're keeping up pretty good here. Some of these people do. They turn a little bit more than they need to, so we can kind of cut corners a little bit more. God! And they just run right into you like that. Dude, stop it. Get out of here. It's not quite as bad as Forza, like running into a wall practically when you run into the computer. But you can't really push them around very much, so... Alright, he just went into the pits. And the other one just went into the pits.
We need a pit stop.
Ah, now it tells me. Okay. We'll do it after this lap. Hopefully it isn't... I don't know if it affects your speed or what, when your tires are worn down, what it does. So far we seem okay, but if they all went into the pit, they're going to be pretty close to us in a little bit whenever we end up doing that ourselves. Okay, I think we're getting close. Yep, there's a ship. And, whoop! Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Go, go, go!
Go!
6 seconds. Nice.
Watch your tail.
Okay, second place. Nice. The other guy's up there a little bit. I don't know where that other road came from. I don't know if that's a shortcut somewhere.
He's right behind us.
Yeah, they've got some weird acceleration on the computer players. Luckily it's balanced out by them taking terrible corners. At least we didn't get included in that terrible trajectory into that wall there. Okay, he just went into the pit. So we're going to pass him, and now we're in first. Hey, look at that. And if we can be gentle on our tires, maybe we can make it all the way to the end. We can do this lap and next lap and not have to worry about going to the pits again. Unless I hit walls like that. cut these corners well. Hey, Owl in the Brush, good to see ya. That was fun catching your stream earlier of you working on your game design and stuff. So I was kind of lurking through part of that while I was kind of getting ready for this, but how did all that go? Looked like you had some fun modeling those assets and things. Were you able to finish what you were working on? Yeah, no problem. But yeah, how are you doing? How's your week been? Hope you've been doing well. It's good to see you. Well, no. Don't turn all the way around. Oh, we're doing great. We've got a huge lead on the other person in second place.
Winner!
All right. Your ball of awkward yet polite energy. I don't know. You don't, Hermione. You don't seem very awkward when you're streaming. I'm sure you've been streaming for a while too. You've probably been doing it longer than I have. Let's see. Owl says, kind of finished the bottom section. Raid options from OBS. Got me all confused. Yeah, I just do the normal like raid command in chat. I don't use like something within OBS to do my raid, so it's like /raid and then you type in the name of the channel. Seems to work pretty good. It is a little weird. I know the one for doing it for Rumble is kind of similar, luckily. But yeah, instead of putting their channel name, you put like the URL of their stream, which I guess is straight and to the point, but it's kind of weird.
Go!
Ready, go! Yeah, I like these later courses. First three kind of seemed a little bit more like, at least maybe, I don't know, maybe the first one, they're pretty gradual. Maybe they're not, they just weren't as exciting as these ones. A lot more turns. Stop running me in the wall. It's like he's trying to push right into the side of me there. This one almost reminds me of what is it, Pirate Lagoon or whatever that is in Diddy Kong Racing, going through that cave with all the moss and the hanging stuff and the water. No, not Pirate Lagoon. That's the hovercraft level. Yeah, but this reminds me of that Diddy Kong Racing level a little bit. Which, speaking of Diddy Kong Racing and then Mario Kart, I like the transition between different vehicles. in Mario Kart World.
Watch your tail.
I mean, those are practically like what kind of like what you do in Diddy Kong Race, or the different vehicles within Diddy Kong Racing, only you change instantaneously in mid-race into each one, which is kind of a cool way to do it, I guess. I like the I like that instead of it being a glider, that it's more of an actual airplane. So you can actually, maybe they'll have more actual like flying sections and stuff, instead of just kind of gliding down. Oh, thanks for helping there, Bronson, with the raid command. Okay, it hasn't said anything about tire wear yet. Knock on wood. No. I feel like as soon as I usually say that, then it pops up. But yeah, everyone stopped for a pit stop on the last opportunity there. I guess they're just more aggressive in their driving, that they need to replace their tires a little sooner or replenish their fuel. They're kind of catching up, though. They got a little bit of rubber banding effect there. Maybe I'm driving a little bit slow just to be cautious. I don't know, but they're already kind of catching up a little bit. Still hasn't said that I need to stop in the pits, so I think maybe in between this lap and next we might, just to be safe.
We need a pit stop.
There you go. It's always convenient enough to tell me that just after we start a lap and pass the pit area. Oh, you know that area we just... It's like... it's like when you're driving, I would imagine, with your kids. If you have kids. Maybe you remember doing this as a kid yourself. Pass the rest stop on your way to wherever you're going. After you're going, I need to use the bathroom. Why didn't you say something when we were stopped? Well, I didn't need to go then. Well, now you're gonna have to hold it. Can't stop for another 20 miles. But I really need to go. At least you're like out in the middle of nowhere as a guy or whatever, you can generally take care of that yourself, but all the ladies out there, not as easy.
Go!
7 seconds even, nice. We're still in first. Hey, that's perfect. Looks like the person that was in second had to stop in the pits as well. Poor mom had 5 kids. She got to the point where she'd pull over on the side of the road. Yeah. All right, everyone. If you don't need to go, go anyways, because you're gonna have to soon enough. And no drinking drinks in the car. It's gonna make you have to go even faster, or more often. No. Ooh, Last second, did you see that car coming in from the side super fast? Looks like they plowed into that wall. Oh, but he's like right there. They've got to have some sort of rubber banding mechanics or something for them to hit a wall and get right there back on your tail. And then they can corner around some of these turns just fine. Yeah, we got one lap left. And he's going in the pits. Perfect. Oof. Sounds like a lot of work. Oh, for Bronze's mom, yeah. Yeah, 5 kids all by yourself sounds rough. You know, if they're around and they're respecting mom and helping her out too, that definitely goes a long way. That helps. Grandparents on your mom's side had 10 siblings each? Wow. That's a big family. Good for them though. Didn't make it. He didn't make it easy for her. Well, good thing you survived and your mom survived too. So, oh man, 10. Yeah, groceries must have been expensive. That's true. That's a good point. All right, did we do it? There's one person. Are we starting over? There's one person that only had 3 points so far in all these races. That's pretty funny. They're bad, Bronson and his siblings. Oh, their parents didn't live long. It was a hard life. Oh, sorry to hear that. Yeah. I feel like that was fairly common back in the day. And even, not necessarily even all the kids necessarily made it to adulthood either, which is very unfortunate. You're hesitant to have a mini him? You mean like having a son, having him? I don't want him to turn out like me. But you know, that's the good thing is that, you know, if you've learned a lot, I mean, this is just speaking from what I've heard and what I see, but if you've learned a lot as a parent, and you know, you realize the things that maybe you wish that you would have been brought up in certain styles, you can bring that into your parenting style and basically change the future of your own family by the way you raise your kids. So you don't have to worry about as much of those things. Yeah, kids will be kids, but still, I'm sure having, you know, both you and Connor as loving parents the whole time raising your kids, I'm sure that they'll turn out great. So does this just keep repeating these levels? Or this was the first race that we did. I don't know why it went right back to the first race. Like it immediately went here after we finished that last one. Maybe somehow we accidentally added another one of these in there. Maybe that's what it was. So maybe this will be the last race.
Winner.
All right. At least our kids will be 50% me, so they won't be all crazy. Connor, are you saying that you weren't crazy as a kid? No, I think that I was relatively...
Ready.
We're doing even more here?
Go.
I feel like I was relatively more easygoing and quiet as a child, but I don't know. Why are we doing this one again? I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind doing it again, but I thought we only did like 6 races, maybe 7 on accident. Is this our 8th race? Yeah, they just love running into you. It's okay. They have to use the pit stop more often. Yeah, after one race, he went into the pit stop. No, you were an angel. I mean, I didn't have brothers to kind of fight with. I mean, I had an older sister that I didn't always get along perfectly with, but you know, I feel like I was a pretty good kid. And every kid has their moments of being, whoops, being silly or this or that, but I feel like I wasn't like overly loud and obnoxious or this or that. You seem like you would have been, oh yeah. And I mean, part of it too might be like
We need a pit stop.
being just like self-aware of maybe how I was as a kid or whatever. So now I'm just like, I don't want to be annoying or just really loud or obnoxious being older. So it's like, I'll just be a little more self-aware and I don't know. Hard to say. Oh gosh. Turn around. Come on, get back on the road. Wow, even after all that, we're still in front of everyone. All right, we'll get to the pit. I think maybe part of why we're spinning out too is why it's because of our tires here.
Go.
Same, but in hindsight, I think I was an anxious kid. Oh, Bronson. Yes, of course you were a perfect angel. I'm sure. And he went into the pit stop and he, or no, that was a different guy. The other car was a black car that went in the pit stop with me.
Watch your tail.
Some good distance now. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what this game was like if you used a racing wheel. I think the 64 had a racing wheel. I never got to try it. I feel like that would be pretty fun. I always imagined that I'd be better at racing games if I had a racing wheel. I feel like it would be a little bit easier to control because then you can make more gentle turns whenever you want to just turn a little bit, as opposed to just mashing the joystick straight to the right or the left. Boys bop each other, girls do social and chemical warfare. Yeah, you guys like get in each other's heads, and there's like psychological warfare. You guys are, you guys can be pretty brutal to each other. Honestly, I mean, also, I guess somewhat because, you know, I guess the friends I had weren't crazy and, you know, just really rough guys or whatever necessarily, but, and then I didn't have any brothers. It's like, I didn't really, like, get into fights and, like, wasn't always, you know, wasn't super rough or whatever, so, I don't know. Guess it just kind of depends on who you're around. Alright, I'm starting to remember this course a little bit better as we've done so many laps of this. I think one nice thing about this is that the laps aren't too long. It's not like Forza Motorsport where some of the laps are like 4, 5, 6 minutes long, potentially, even. Either that or they're like 5, 6, 7 laps long. Personally know 2 women that spiked a man's shampoo. What does that even mean? And the other woman who changed out a man's medication for female hormone pills. Oh my gosh. How do you spike someone's shampoo? Oh, is that just like putting like ink in there or something like that? Oh man. Because I only noticed this because I got to 200 followers. Someone unfollowed me. Now I'm at 199 again. That's too bad. One girl peed in his bottle. Another woman put bleach. Oh, bleach. Ooh. Yikes. Alright, are we done yet? Does this just like literally keep going? I mean, I'm having a good time here, but I mean, how many races is this gonna be? Like how they have a sign of watch out for falling rock, or you're on the edge of a cliff kind of warning sign. That would be pretty funny if you could actually fall off a cliff, but I guess that's good that you can't, because that would be annoying. gosh. Let's see, a couple people looks like they went into the pit stop already. I don't understand that. Why are they having them go into the pits after just one lap? The bleach was your mother? What? Man, yeah, what neighborhood did you live in? Man, yeah, that's a... And how would these people have access to your shampoo? Is this your family doing this to you? I mean, generally I don't have random people access my shampoo. And I like how we got back to the conversation of shampoo again. It always comes back to it. One or two went in there at least. We'll probably have to get into the pit stop after this race, so halfway through. Your mom put bleach in your dad's shampoo. Oh. Surprise! You know I have blonde hair. I feel like you'd almost like feel a different consistency or like a different smell. Just living life, man. Girl who peed in the guy's shampoo bottle, went into his bathroom when he was outside of his apartment. Man, who is friends with like people who... Oh shoot, I meant to get into the pit stop. Shoot. Who's friends with these kinds of people and lets them into their apartment? I mean... Yikes. I would assume that's never happened to me, but... I don't know, I feel like I'm not really on anyone's bad list or or hit list that bad that I would warrant having that happen to me. Or if I was, they wouldn't come over to my apartment. Here we go, pit stop. Come on, last one, last one! Clear! Okay. Still in first, excellent. I don't know, to be honest, I'm surprised that y'all don't have stories like these. I consider a possibility that any time someone gives me something, oh, even now when Connor brings me a drink that I didn't ask for, I always smell it before I drink it. Oh my gosh. You don't even trust your own wife? Come on. Unless you guys just like to do pranks on each other regularly, I can understand that. But, doesn't she bring you coffee or make you coffee every morning? Is that what it is, or do you make her coffee? I remember some sort of conversation about that. I do remember hearing like stories of like the wife that despised her husband and she was like slowly poisoning him in his coffee or something like that daily for months or something like that. It's like, oh boy, that's rough. Like, man, are you just trying to like... You think they would see like in the autopsy report if he did die that it's like, oh yeah, he was poisoned. And then you just be like, I have no idea what that was. I'm here to collect his life insurance. Oh boy. I feel like he would see a few signs that things weren't working out. Obviously, they weren't having good communication, or something was breaking down in their marriage leading up to that. That would be a red flag. It's always the wife. She makes it for you, so you have to watch your coffee every time, huh? I got some healing to do. They won't just stab you or shoot you. They got to do some chemical warfare to off you slowly. Oh, gosh. I'm sorry that your parents didn't have a good marriage for that. Oh, your grandpa laughs at you for smelling food. I'm like, is it bad to smell something before you eat it? I mean, there's nothing wrong being cautious about it, but maybe in certain circumstances or whatever. Hold on just 1 second. But yeah, that's if you can't even trust your own spouse, I mean, there's got to be some things that are going on that I look into. I have a weird phobia of food and drink tampering, so I don't ever do that to other people. But I have been super mad before and blown my nose into Bronson's towel once. But I felt bad and switched it for a clean one soon after. Oh, here comes all the dirty laundry, no pun intended. I've seen too many people get drugged or worse. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's more of a thing that you worry about in like big social settings or whatever. Alright, how long is this championship going for? I mean, literally, this is the second time we've done... This is the last race to go through a second time. I thought we were like picking courses for the championship. Was I misunderstood and now we're doing each one? Whoa. Each one multiple times? What is going on? Come on, grass. I mean, at least we're quite a ways ahead, so we can deal with getting in last place, potentially. Isn't that what we did on this race, too? Because we spun out in an awful spot on the last lap. This grass is killing us, though. If we're accelerating a lot, still building speed on grass, we really spin out like that. Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing, like, if a social setting with food, like, I remember at my old job, we would do potlucks, and generally they were pretty good, but there was one that we did that someone brought in pulled pork for like pulled pork sandwiches or something, barbecue, and I don't know what they were thinking. I swear, some people just, I don't know how they come up with thinking certain things are good, but they're like, oh yeah, we'll just keep it warm, kind of like a crock pot until lunch. And there's like a curing oven that they use, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll just leave it in there with parts that are like having glue or adhesive curing, and they left it in there, and it's not like a high temperature oven. Oh my gosh, it's gosh, we're really falling behind here. We can't catch up. It's a low temperature one, and so literally it's sitting in the danger zone the whole time, like all day, for like 4 or 5 hours at least. And so it's like, ooh, that's not good. And fortunately, I wasn't at work that day, but everyone that had it got sick pretty bad. And I was fortunate that I had the day off, so I was not there for that. Gosh, why are we spinning out so much? Alright. I think an ad is starting soon here anyways. Yeah, there we go, it just started. Alright, let me catch up on chat. I show up to an event and if there's food there, I make sure not to eat anything unless I see others eating it too, or who else is eating it. In Japanese tea ceremony, you're supposed to smell the tea and enjoy it before you drink. Well, that makes sense. I'm scared of someone touching your food or licking your straw. Coworkers always thought I was weird taking your cup to the bathroom with you. Ooh, like taking your cup in the bathroom? I would not do that. Because then you're going to get all those germs and fecal matter over. Ugh, no. Towels are not public access. It's precisely why you see me tip people before they offer their service. Yeah, you don't want someone spitting in your food, right? There's always some great people in the world. I've always seen too many wolves in sheep's clothing. Always assume someone is a wolf until proven otherwise. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being cautious. I'm not weird, I'm just cultured. Sometimes I don't eat at potlucks because I don't know what their hand washing habits were. Generally, once you've kind of like gotten to know some people and stuff, you can kind of trust them a bit, but yeah, you never know. And maybe there's certain things that are better than others for potlucks, where people who put their utensils in the dishwasher mouth side up and then grab it like when they're unloading. Well, if you wash your hands before you should wash your hands before you unload the dishwasher anyways. I don't know. I mean, it's one thing if it's like literally you just came out of the bathroom and you didn't wash your hands, but like generally for like germs in general, it's like you kind of need to be building up an immunity anyways, or else you're going to be susceptible to everything. So I don't know, you really should not, I don't know. Everyone has their own little quirks and what they want to do, but honestly, it'd probably be better off if you weren't too much of a germaphobe, because you need to let your immune system build up as well to protect you. And if you, like honestly, if you're away from people that have colds and stuff for a long time, you're not kind of building up that natural immunity. Keep yourself safe. So, oh, it looks like we're kind of catching up a little bit. So, I don't know. That's just my personal take. Okay, we're catching up a little bit. We might not be able to get up to like first and second place, but at least we can. Oh gosh, stop running into me! You're like making me do fishtail there. Person in the last is right. Somehow they can zoom past. What the heck, dude? Stop. I've taken my whole meal to the bathroom many times. Ooh. Bronson. Ooh. Let me guess, you left the toilet seat up too when you flushed. Mr. Pickles, I'm not gross. It was a toilet with a lid and I put the paper towels over it. And my water cup straw folds down. I don't know, it's a little bit of a gray area. At least for me. Maybe it's just like, if I think, when I see, if it, because that's a public restroom somewhat. Depends on how much you trust all the other people that use the bathroom too, and if they wash their hands or not, and they're touching things and all this and that, and they're coughing and I mean, when I was at my other job, there's just a lot of debris that would be in the air, so I would bring like a paper towel and put it over my water cup to keep stuff from landing in my water cup. But I wouldn't like, I don't know, and I didn't use a straw. But otherwise, like if I had my own bottle, like, I don't know, I didn't really ever worry about people tampering with my stuff. I don't know. Generally, if you get along with the people you work with, they're not probably going to mess with you. So, I tried to just, you know, get along with the people that I worked with so I didn't even have to think about that. I don't know. That depends. So, hey, we're actually kind of catching up to people, huh? Look at that. We'll see. The only way we can really get in first. Oh my gosh. What was that? What? Oh my gosh. What? That was sabotage right there. What a jerk. It happened again. That's what happened when I did this race last time. Oh my gosh. Okay, at least we know we need a pit stop now, right before we get to the pit. Disagree with them for no reason to get them fired up if I'm bored. Yeah, that was a bad sabotage. I mean, I was literally turning a corner and they just cut into the side of me and flipped me around. And then when you get hit by another car, it's like you almost get stuck next to them too. You're not like freely spinning around and stuff, and so it's like, okay, now I got turned around and now I'm stuck next to them in a backwards, you know, turned around. How? There we go again. Yay, last place again! Yay, on the last lap. Love this track. Love the computer. They're wonderful. But I know that a lot of people like pulling pranks and stuff like that. Like when you're in middle school or high school, you go to a restaurant, you go to the bathroom and they put salt and pepper in your water or something stupid like that, or whatever. There's always going to be little pranks and things that people do. Alright, at least we got 5th. I have since quit my job and repented, I promise. You're in a Christian youth camp when I was 12, and I shared a cabin with 15, 16 year olds. One dude rubbed his private on him. Look, I was told about it before I laid down. The dude got banned from the camp. Yeah, if you're gonna do really heinous, just gross, disgusting things like that, some people try to just get attention by doing something like that. Oh, final ranking. Is that it? We're still way ahead. Okay. Let's quit. How long is that championship? Oh. And there's 6 laps. Huh. Let's do some more of the arcade and see how far we can get. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's. Let's do the basic series again. See if we can make it through. So where's the green car? Oh, there are Porsches. There's no green. I guess blue's the closest thing, huh? Yeah, there's always going to be a lot. You just got to kind of be aware of people around you. There's always going to be some weirdo people doing stuff, so try to be aware of what people are doing and keep your head on a swivel. And hopefully treat people in a way that won't encourage them to do something like that in the first place. I feel like as a kid, if I got this game, I'd probably still play it a lot and really enjoy it. And I'd probably be pretty bad at it at the beginning, so I'd feel like there's a lot of replayability, but man, if I got this as an older kid and I went through all 3 or all 6 races that quickly, I would like be a little surprised of what little bit of content this game has. I feel like racing games in particular are kind of like that. Like we did this has 6 races. Beetle Adventure Racing that we played only had like 6 races as well. I mean, those were pretty long. It was fun, but they didn't have that many levels. I don't know. And maybe a lot of that is due to the fact of just smaller development teams having to create each of these levels that just took a long time with the tools they had available to them. I don't know. But, I mean, at my previous job, I remember, you know, having certain coworkers and, you know, they weren't always the nicest person, and they'd always be like, they'd sometimes be like, unable to get along with a certain manager or this or that. And it's like, I mean, I can understand maybe why they didn't like this manager or whatever, but it's like, they weren't that bad. And it's like, if you're gonna just be rude and a jerk to them, yeah, they're probably not gonna be nice to you back necessarily, so you don't need to be a butt to everybody. Even if they are difficult at times, just like, you know, suck it up once in a while and just be nice and deal with it, and they're not always going to be a jerk to you, hopefully. And if they are, then just kind of maintain a little bit of space and, you know, don't trust them too much and just keep your distance a little bit. I mean, there are certain managers that, not necessarily like direct managers, but there's other people that I worked with that people had a hard time with, and I was plenty respectful to them and I got along with them just fine. And then there were some that were difficult, and it was best for me to just kind of keep a little bit of a distance from them and, you know, not give them too much information, do my work, you know, if they needed something to work with them on it or whatever, but just like be more cautious. Sometimes you can't tell who's crazy. Yeah. And that it just takes a little bit of time of working through that. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Whenever you meet someone new, I guess try to think of them neutrally, not give them too, I mean, not think that they're terrible, but don't give them too much of the benefit of the doubt, just so they can prove themselves. And I don't know. I mean, but yeah, there's certain people that, unless they're acting in a certain, you know, they're putting on a face or a facade really well, you know, you can generally pick out if someone is good, has good intentions or not. So
Checkpoint. Checkpoint.
that just depends. So I remember having a direct manager that was the kind of person that was trying to just climb not the social, but just the work ladder of they're in this position for a certain amount of time, whatever, and they're moving on to the next thing. They're not there for the long term. They're not really there to kind of do, they're not there for the long term to be there for the betterment of everyone. So, I don't know. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to have to keep my distance a little bit from this person. I'm not going to tell them anything personal. And I'm glad I didn't, because there were at least one or two stories of, because they would tell us, oh yeah, you can trust me, you can come to me with anything and I'll listen and I'll help. And you could tell that they weren't very genuine with that, and unfortunately someone did, and they ended up kind of getting backstabbed a bit. And it's just like, you know what? You hear a story or something like that, it's like, well, you've just lost everyone's trust. And if you want it back, you're gonna have to work real hard for it, which, they're never there long enough to want to do that anyways. So you just kind of have to put up with them a little bit and just wait for them to move on to the next place on the corporate ladder to move up to. There's always gonna be people to some degree that are like that wherever you go, I'm sure. Doesn't even need to necessarily be at work, but it could just be people doing things like that socially, or who knows. As long as you can kind of critically think and notice the signs of these people and what they say and the mannerisms and stuff like that, and so which is why I prefer the company of people that will just punch you. That's a guy who whose mind you can read. If he doesn't like you, he punches you, and the other ones are unpredictable. Yeah. True. I don't trust ladies who talk about people behind their backs. Well, kind of girls do that a lot, anyways. They do stuff like call CPS and make stuff up. Lie to your husband, say you are flirting with someone else. Yeah, there's a lot of just that stuff. That's crazy. Seen it happen twice, really, just to be spiteful. And yeah, some people just have a vendetta against other people just because of them making the other person making them look bad, or something similar to that. That's really sad. Ego and pride. Yeah, those two things are very, very destructive. There's one thing to take pride in the work that you do and, take things seriously and whatnot, but another for, thinking too highly of yourself, and also when, constantly comparing yourself to everyone else all the time. It's too easy to compare yourself to other people. But I mean, that's the good thing about, God making us unique and special and different, that we're not like everyone else. And so our experiences, the way we feel, all that kind of stuff are always going to be different compared to what others go through and what other people's lives are like. And you know what? God gives us certain things in our lives to live for, and you know, he gives us special abilities to do different things that other people can't, and, you know, has a different plan for our lives compared to so-and-so and anyone else, that you can't really compare yourself to them because
Checkpoint.
you're not meant to do the things that they're doing, and they're not meant to do the things that you're supposed to do. And it's funny that it sounds so easy, it sounds so simple like that, but it's so, in the same vein, it's still really easy to get caught up in all that. I thought it was just the cruddy life I was living. Then I got into small business and entrepreneurship, and wow, much worse. Ooh. I mean, if you surround yourself with good people, there's you can have some good positive influences, but it just depends. It's happened in family too. Yeah. Glad certain people have been cut off. That's really rough too when it gets into family. Sometimes it's jealousy too, which is crazy. Yeah. I don't think there's really a whole lot that you're recording to this controller pack. It's just like record times and stuff. Okay, let's do arcade for the Pro Series. Yeah, there's some there's some awesome people out there. Yeah, and that's the thing. You can seek out those people that are good and surround yourself with those people. Oh man, it's this race. Ugh, we'll see how well we do. This is the one that kept turning us around, I think.
He's right behind us.
The other ones were fine. For some reason, this one was rougher. Maybe we can just kind of take it easy on some of these corners that normally spin us out. We can hopefully do a little bit better like that, catch ourselves sooner. It did seem like everyone just slowed down a little bit, so maybe there's a little bit of help on this, that the computer doesn't get too far ahead. Whoa, he got turned around. He bumped into me midair and just somehow spun around. I don't think I pushed him.
Checkpoint.
Oh yeah, in this race they're not doing pit stops, so you kind of just have to stay in front. So far so good though.
Checkpoint.
Doing pretty good on time. Alright, those guys spun out, so that's good. So now we're in second. Making good progress. Ooh, that worked out really good. We saved ourselves from spinning out in that grass. Okay. If we can just maintain this lead that we have,
Checkpoint.
I think we'll be good. I kind of wanted to almost start a whole new like single player game tonight, but I didn't want to start something if I'd be starting Super Mario Wonder with my wife and be in the middle of two kind of not necessarily single player, but kind of story-driven games. So
Checkpoint.
we'll see. Yeah, tomorrow I think we'll plan to, if we play anything, maybe some Rocket League. Man, how does he make a corner like that so sharp? That's a sharp corner. He went through it faster than me. They must have like certain spots that they just rubber band and they just go really fast. We'll catch up. Because he'll run into a wall like that. Come on, go off. Go off. Go off the road. Oh, we slowed down enough that the third place person... No! Get away! Stop passing me. Oh my gosh. The computer. They're brutal. Alright, if we can at least keep our time up. Alright. We can get past... Can we get past him? Yes. Okay. We can at least get second place. I think I'll be happy with that. I don't think we need to get in first necessarily, but maybe we can if we can get around this guy. It's like as soon as we're about to get around him, he like matches our speed and he just like bumps into the side of me the whole time. Ah! Okay. See? Then he just speeds off. Right behind you. What are you talking about? Oh, we got it! Last corner. I was watching a Korean drama. Some characters wanted to get married, but the mother-in-law was crazy, so they called it off. The couple opted to obey their parents' wishes for social harmony rather than continue with the marriage. East Asia people's parents are more involved in their lives. The kids are expected to take care of them. Yeah. I feel like I've heard that before. So I guess moving out is not really considered an option. Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. Sometimes I wish we adopted those traditions. That we have normalized dropping off of our elderly in a home. I think some of that kind of depends, because like now that I have family that has experienced some of that in two ways, my grandmother and my wife's grandmother, it gets to the point where when you're caring for someone, especially when they have dementia or Alzheimer's, it really requires a special person to care for that person. And I know my mom, it fell on her to take care of her mom, and it was just so much that she needed help. And so that's one reason why she is in a place where she's getting help. But you know, my mom goes and visits her pretty regularly. And then my wife's grandma just started really coming down with dementia and then had an accident, so she needed more attention and is moved to an area that's around my mother-in-law now because they're out of state. But still, she's in a place where she can get better care with someone better than my mother-in-law could probably provide. So, yeah, I can understand, but when it gets into some of that other stuff, it's like it really depends on how much that person can care for them, and sometimes they need a little bit of help. So, there are definitely exceptions. Yeah, one of my grandmothers in particular wanted to be left alone. Well, that's the thing too. It's like sometimes they might be alone, but that's, even though they might want that, that really isn't good for them. And like my wife's grandmother in that case was kind of like that. She'd been alone a lot for the past, I don't know how long. And now that she needs more assistance with things, you know, it's good that she has other people around her and has, you know, a little bit more of a social life, a little bit. It's not, you know, not a lot, but at least she can have other people around. I feel like that's good for her. So, because I don't know. I mean, there's positives to being able to age and be in your own home where you have things around you that are familiar, but then it's also good to be in a place where you have someone that, staff or people that can care for you and help you when you need it, and just to be around other people for a social interaction that you may be missing if you're living by yourself. So I know there's pros and cons to both sides of it. So, and for everyone is a little bit different how they feel and all that sort of thing. So I'm sure there's not one right answer, quote unquote. So, turned a little too early. Man, and he squeezed right through that gap too. How did he make that sharp corner like that? I swear, the computer sometimes, I don't know how they make these corners. See, they'll do that and then they'll just do something stupid like run into the wall like that back there, and they'll just self-sabotage their run. She had her friends that she'd play cards with or play baseball, but I don't think she wanted to live with any of her descendants. Okay. Depends on the illness, and if someone is sick for 30 years, it'll be too much for one person. Yeah. Yeah, and that's one nice thing about like probably Eastern culture is that your parents live with you, but in that at the same time you probably have siblings that live nearby too, so you are there to kind of share the burden. Like for my grandmother with my mom, she has two other siblings, but they kind of lived out of town. We might not make it to the end. We're not really getting much time here. And so, you know, my mom was the only one that could really be there for my grandma on a regular basis. Ooh, 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. I don't know how we're going to make it. They're all behind us. How are they still? Maybe we can. Ah, my gosh, this is getting really close. Oh, okay, you can coast into it. And we're driving pretty good, and we're still. Oof. Okay. Oh my gosh, only like 11 seconds or 10 extra seconds. Oh my gosh, we're so close. I don't know if we're gonna make it. We're just gonna like coast. Yes! Wow, that was tight. I think it's good for children to have some type of influence from their grandparents. Yeah, I agree. Speaking in generals, of course. Yeah. I was unfortunate that I didn't really have I didn't really have grandparents nearby to spend time with as much. I know some people, they grow up just down the street from their grandparents and things like that. Like, the ones that actually lived kind of close passed away first, unfortunately. And so I didn't really get to have, you know, any close relationships with my grandparents. And so, wow. Okay, we just literally stopped there. Cannot keep doing that. We're going to lose too much time. Otherwise, they were out of state, or yeah, they were all out of state. On my dad's side, they were in town, but they passed away when I was still fairly young. And then on my mom's side, they were split, so they were divorced. So I had two pairs of grandparents. But oh shoot, that's gonna hurt. But yeah, they were in two different states, and so one set of them we'd see them every few months, and then the other ones I probably saw 2 different times before I was an adult, or maybe a couple more, but most of it was when I was a baby, when I was little, so I don't really remember much. Oh, we're already running out of time.
Checkpoint.
Oof. Okay, we got 22 seconds. Do we get that much every time? Alright, stop running into me. I'm tired of slowing down because you're running into me, car.
Checkpoint.
Okay. That was good. Person in first place is probably way up there. Well, not too bad. See, if we have a time limit, how are these other cars able to hang in there if they're that much farther behind us? There's no way if they had that same time limit that they would be okay.
Checkpoint.
I feel like every checkpoint we get a little bit less time. Wow. Can we? Nope, we can't.
He's right behind us.
Oh, they all stopped too. Where we just kind of we got in their way. Well, that's crazy. It just goes back to the main menu for the arcade. I only had one granny that lived far away. My mom's parents passed away. Dad's dad. Oh, yeah. That's hard. Yeah. I know. I in some ways, I kind of envy those that had good relationships with their grandparents, because they'd be like, yeah, we hang out with our grandparents, and like they had us over, we stayed the night over there, we had fun, blah blah blah. And my parents were the babies of the family too, so they were younger, so their parents were older. So by the time I came around, you know, they were just that much older anyways too. So, alright, Owl, thanks for coming by. Appreciate you stopping by and hanging out and chatting. God bless you. Have a great rest of your night. And we'll see you later. Well, we'll try it one more time, and then I think at that point we'll be out of time for tonight. We'll do the arcade one more time in the Pro Series. Let's try the white one. Maybe there's different specs. I don't. That was the one that was doing really well and speeding around. Seems like it cornered really well.
Checkpoint.
It's kind of hard to tell if this car is cornering well or not. I feel like the computer is just kind of programmed to drive a certain way anyways. I feel like that's what it's like for most racing games, so. Why does it slow you down?
Checkpoint.
Yeah, one series that would be fun to play through is, that I've never done, is Ridge Racer. I've never played any of those games. I know most of them are on the PlayStation. I wouldn't mind trying out. Gosh, stop hitting me from behind and like making me spin out. These guys like hit me from behind and like
Checkpoint.
spin me out almost. I know the 360 had a Ridge Racer game. Most of them are on PlayStation otherwise, but I feel like that would be pretty fun to try out.
He's right behind us.
What are you doing? What are you doing? He literally glued, see, they glued to the side of you when they go up next to you and they touch you like that. And like, it must be something in the programming because I could not even like, okay, let's quit and start again. That's,
Get ready.
oh my gosh. Redonkulous. And that's just one of the quirks to this game, that Mario Kart isn't quite like that when you run into other characters, but it does kind of act like that a little bit when you run into a wall in Mario Kart, I've noticed. You kind of get stuck on the wall a little bit until you can finally like really turn away from it, and then you just jet off straight into the opposite wall, I seem to find. So, I don't know, we might just be stuck with that. We'll see. Oh my gosh, stop. Stop running into me and getting stuck to me and slowing down. They hit you, you slow down, and then they keep bumping into you. And then they force your car to fishtail, spin out, lose control a little bit.
Checkpoint.
So Bronson, are you guys planning on playing that new game that you got on Friday? Man, they get hit and it's like it doesn't disturb them, they just keep going. You notice that?
Checkpoint.
Looked like you're having a pretty good time with it. Last time I was watching, I think you were playing on Monday.
Checkpoint.
I wonder how long that game is. I'm sure it's not, to the level of, Breath of the Wild, but... Alright, I need to get around this red car. This guy's driving me nuts. There we go. Yeah, instead of braking, I just need to, like, feather the accelerator a little bit, feather the A button a little bit, kind of tap it to slow down gently.
Checkpoint.
So we're doing great on time. Whoop, come on, keep your grip there.
He's right behind us.
No! No! Ugh.
Right behind us.
These idiot cars, they're programmed to run into the wall, and if you're right there, they're cutting the corner, and then they run into you, and they just, like, kamikaze you into the wall like that and sabotage your run.
Checkpoint.
at least these other guys are literally right here, and we still have one more lap. So thankfully we're not out of it yet, but we need to watch out for these guys that, man. The arcade version of these guys are a little bit more tougher, a little more aggressive. Maybe it's because there's no pit stops, so they're not getting spread out as much. When we're doing the championship, we had the pit stops turned on, and these guys were stopping at different times there. They would yeah, those guys just like randomly go straight. They don't turn right there, and they hit the wall. I don't know what their problem is. Yeah, that guy's catching up, so gotta watch out for him. But yeah, we're all just like bunched up together, and we're just constantly running into each other. They're constantly run off the side of the road. Weird stuff. Okay. If we can just stay in front. I think we're doing okay. I think, wow, they actually fell back quite a bit. Yeah, I think we're good. Woo! Star Overdrive. I don't know why I can't remember the name of that game. Yeah. Sorry, Bronson has his phone next to him, but unfortunately started snoring a minute ago. Oh, he's asleep. How can he be sleeping? No.
Get ready. Checkpoint. Turn around. Checkpoint. 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 He's right behind us. Checkpoint. Get ready.
Yep. I touched the mute button accidentally, I think, when I tried talking to Bronson really close. Okay, well, I think that's gonna be it. I don't know what you have to do. A lot of it is just luck, not getting hit by the computer. But I think we did pretty good on that last one. So, but anyways, that was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll be kind of randomly going to different games here and there as I work through the collection and everything. Let's see. Who is online still? So sorry, Pixel Sharky, you kind of got here right at the end of the stream here. Let me turn that down just a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Looks like Book of Gaming is just about done. He's been on for a while. And we've been rating Game or Die Show. He's been a lot of fun. I don't know if you guys have listened in after we've rated a few times, but he's been a lot of fun to check out. He just, I think tonight, just finished his playthrough of Metroid Prime, and it looks like he's playing a little bit of Clone Hero, which is like basically like Guitar Hero. So I thought this game was neat. Always a great time when it's fuzzy time. Thank you, Connor. I appreciate that. Yeah, I hope that the stuff that I play is fun for you guys and that you enjoy it. Some of it is nostalgic that I played when I was a kid.
How neat is that? That's pretty neat.
And sometimes it's stuff that, I haven't really played myself, so it's new to me too. But I think I'll send you guys over to the Game or Die Show. And feel free to hang out there, say hello. Ryan over there, he's an awesome streamer. He's been streaming for about a year or two, and no, probably about a little bit more than that, I guess. I don't know. But he's a good Christian guy as well. He does a lot of different social media things and streams and all podcasts and stuff like that. So But we'll go over there and raid him on Twitch. And Rumble, none of the people that I'm following are live, so I'm just going to let you go. But let me get the raid going for Twitch. Have a great night. Maybe I'll see you probably tomorrow or Friday. Yeah. Hopefully I'll be able to stream some of those days. We'll see. But yeah, just keep your notifications open, and we'll see. But God bless you guys. Thank you for being here. Remember that your life matters. Jesus loves you. I do too. You are important. Your life is special and unique in the way that God made it, so don't throw your life away. And if you need prayer, please reach out to me. Send me a DM. I'll be more than happy to lift up in prayer with whatever you're going through. But have an excellent rest of your night. God bless you guys, and we will see you in the next stream. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next time.